This type of Yerushalmi Orlah in the article Ozba edition with Daf Chavav Amrav at the top, Rabbi Yoina, and in the Vilna Yud Gimel Beis, 12 lines to the bottom on Rabbi Yoina. It's by a dot, the opposite the first line, the Tzion in the Gilin Hashas. And I started saying this here several times, and each time I got stuck. So I'm going to go with the Girsa of the Shai Torah Yisrael, which is really the Gra. They changed it slightly differently, but it's basically the Gra's shot. And first, I'm maybe on a Tzurcha La'adar Shimon Lakish. Tzurcha here is like when a sugi ends Tzurcha in the Yerushalmi, it's like Tzurchin or Teku. So here it's Tzurcha is like that. It means we need more analysis for that, what Shimon Lakish said. Shimon Lakish said that if it's Shimon only argue in a case of Yishbir So Pagam. But it's Pagam So Vishbiach, even Rameir's moided that it is mutter. So now let's analyze the last case in the Mishnah according to this. Did we not understand that Mapligin, what's Machlekes in the last case in the Mishnah? This case where first a Sor Shechun came in and then a Sor of Chuma came in, or Sor of Kilei Kerem. So we had Machlekes. Each one had Kilei Chametz. Tanakam, who's our mayor, holds Aser. Hashem holds it's mutter. Okay, so the Gemara says, "Mapligin shechim et zeko kochav but not as shechulin chilam." It's that's the machlekes. Aval nafal social tumah chilav and social tumah fell first. Then kranis chamtza it comes 11 by the social tumah and it's also imikran b'shivin. Okay, but if I feel nafal social chulin chila, even social chulin fell first. Nasa kami. And here it should say, instead of Shishbiach Meikor V'chakach Pagam, it should say, Kamisha Pagam Meikoro. Because when the Truma falls, it's being plaguing. Right? When it falls in, it's being plaguing. So why does may argue? You shouldn't argue. It's plaguing immediately. According to you, Rabbi Shimon Lakish, Rabbi Meir's Moedim when it's nice time Pagam, immediately that it's us, it's mutter. So what's the main argument of Shimon? So then it should say, which is according to Shai, so which is kind of reflective of what the Gemara says a couple lines in now. The kasha, it's difficult. Ilu pagam b'leish biach shema klumu. If it's pagam and not much biach, then isn't anything. Again, according to Shimon Lakish, should be nothing. Yeah, my man answers this. So Chaz Rabbi Yoina came back and he said, you know what? A woman, when she's when she's making this dough, so he said she doesn't put in initially all the leavening agent. She's afraid it's going to go over the top. Oh, so when the Sorshel Chulin went in, it wasn't Machamitz the entire way. When the Sorshel Truma comes in, that completes the process. So that's why it's also because initially it's nice in Tam Shvach. When it falls in, it's nice Tam Shvach. Eventually it comes nice Tam Pagam. So that's it says. Isha says Emchametz Kol. So Mishes Koshu. Also Koshu. Yes, how can Mishish Bir So Pagam? So that Koshu is Mishbir So Pagam. Says well, wait a minute. Bekasha. Ilish Bir Lo Pagam Shema Klumi. This mashu, which is, let's say initially it was 90. She put in 95% of the necessary leavening agent. That was chulin. Now she puts in the 5% of the leavening agent, which is truma. Okay, and then she adds on whatever she adds on, of course, because it says just the assumption is a little bit less. So she puts in 5%, and then she puts the other 90%. So each one's 95%, 95%. And that is enough, close enough, that it's considered Yesh B'Zeh Lachmitz Zekadei Lachmitz. But that first 5% is not enough to aser. It's too small. It's not the shear. So therefore, if it's aser, it's only because of the other 90% you put in afterwards. But that time, so it's not V'gam. So that's the case. Rabbi Yona's answer hasn't helped us any. It's cute, yes. Oh, the first 5% is still nice in tam l'shvach because it makes up for the additional 5% which the woman left out initially. But at that point, it's not enough to answer. But by the time it comes enough to answer, it's more than it's going to be nice in tam l'fgam. And Gemara doesn't answer it. Okay, it could answer. I guess he dumped the whole thing at once, but the Gemara doesn't answer. Just leaves it on. It leaves it difficult. Either go on to another question. Rabbi Yerushalmi. Rabbi Yerushalmi asks a question. Ma ben shvach mizeh u'mizeh, ma ben gam mizeh u'mizeh. So later on in Lach of Vav, we have a case of shor shechlin and shor shechumash nefel toch isa v'lo bezek del chametz lo bezek del chametz. B'tzarfu chimtzu. And that Rabbi Eliezer says, achar achar niba, chachamim kei bet shlof isa tchil ben misov l'om and also shebo kedei chametz. So chachamim there say, since each one of its own can't be mechametz, only together, so as a goyim, it's mutter. Okay, so but what's the difference there? But in bezek derech you say it's the actually the next line. Let's see side, and we're going to change the near norm Yerushalmi and Lev Yerushalmi. Shevach mizeh mutter, pagam mizeh aser. Why is it worse? It's pagan from each other. In other words, if each one is each one giving a shabach, but it's not enough. Together they join together. It's mutter. Pagam mizeh, it's worse. And no time of gam. So it should be. Why is that? That's aser. So again, it's between us. Shalom mizeh is aser. Pagam mizeh. Shalom mizeh mutter. Pagam mizeh aser. Why? So Amar Imam said Shalom mizeh. If it's mishbiach from both together, at roak misha eino osa iser. And then change it here. The name Yerushalmi changed it to im ein bo k'dei lasor. If it's Shalom mizeh, you look at the one that. You look at the Isser as if it's not there. But vice versa. Pagam mizeh, if it's playing from each one, at Rosh Heter Kamisha Eino, they look at the Heter as if it's not there. Osa Isser Yeshbo Kedei Lasser. Now instead of Einbo, it should be Yeshbo. Osa Isser Yeshbo Kedei Lasser. Now, we said Yerushalmi doesn't really go with Zev, as I said yesterday. Yerushalmi doesn't really go with Zev as Agorim. So it's giving a different svara here. It's saying that when you have each one is mashbiach, but ein bezek kedei l'chametz, ein bezek kedei l'chametz, only together. So therefore, you can look at the iser as if it's not there, because it didn't have the koyach to be mechametz. Okay, just take it out. Just look at it. Command leisa dami. It's true. The shevach didn't have kedei l'chametz either, but since it doesn't have kedei l'chametz, it's as if it's not there. And I think it relates a little bit back to the previous Gemara with Rabbi Yoina. You know, that you could look at it as if the Shavach is 95%, and the Isser is 5%, and that whatever it's contributing, it's as if it's meaningless. Okay? I don't know, I'm not sure if that's comparison is good or not good, but maybe there's comparison there. But anyway, on the other hand, though, if the Isser, Yeshbo, you can look at it as if it's not there. It's as if the heter's not there, because the Isser had enough kedei l'chametz. So therefore, it's true that the heter also had enough kedei l'chametz. But okay, whoop-de-doo, it's not going to take away from the Isser, right? So and since there's enough aser, so therefore it's aser. Okay, so that's why in our Mishnah, right, that we have kedei l'chametz. So question is whether it's a time common or it's time l'shvach. But in any event, if it's a time l'shvach, it's going to be asur, because you can't look at this as command leisa. It was enough to work. It was operative. But in the case where each one couldn't do it on its own, so even though they did it b'tziruf, since the Isser could not do it on its own, it's command leisa dami l'gabe bitul, and therefore, there in that case, Rabban Ramatir. Okay, halacha hey. Again, it's not a. It seems quite clear that Yerushalmi is not going with the idea of a Zev Zagorim. It's coming up with a different alternatives to explain it, and saying how Isser is it's like the elephant in the room. If the elephant's small, I can ignore it. It's not doing anything. Well, if it's big, you can't ignore it. That's basically what's going on here. Okay, halacha hey. Tavlin, if you have spices, shnayim shlosha shemos, you put a spice in, and they are 3 surin, mimin echad. Such as you have peppers of truma, peppers of orla, and peppers of kili hakarim. Put in with chulin. Omishlosha, or if there are 3 minim, such as you have peppers, onion, and radish. They're also mitzdaref. In both cases, they're also mitzdarfin. Shimon Omer Shtayim U'Shlosha Shemos Mimin Echad. If you have 2 or 3 shemos Mimin Echad, peppers, all peppers, different shemos. O Shnei Minim Shum Echad, or even 2 minim from 2 minim from Shem Echad, meaning that you have peppers and onions of truma. They're both truma, but they're 2 different minim. Ein mitzdarfin. None of this, none of it's mitzvah.